Hello friends, this is Navdeep Mehta and welcome to our YouTube channel AI Learn AI. And in this particular lecture, we are going to cover all the things that I left in the previous lecture of a string. Okay, so let's start. First, here we have defined the string as usual. Then here lower dot lower function is used to lower the all the character present in a string. Here you see this is Navdeep Mehta here in NT are capital. But if we use my string dot lower, then it is going to lower all the character present in our string, but it is not going to store. So if you print again my string, that it will print as usual, which I have stored. Because why? Because here we have not defined any variable to store these things. Now similar to that, upper cursor is used to capitalize each words in a present in a string. So each character present in a string. So here you see this is Navdeep Mehta, except T, N, M or all the small letter, but if we use dot upper, then it will going to capitalize each and every character present in our string. And here if we also not use any variable to store, so if we print again my string, and it will be print as what I have stored in the variable. Now here you see we have defined a variable my string again, and in that my string dot lower we are going to set. It means that my string is out. This is the method stored in the my string. Now it is going to override my string with my string dot lower. It means that my string is going to be lower a smaller character like this. Here, so this is Navdeep method. Now here you see all are the small letters. Now here we have done what that we have capitalized the first character of a word and leave rest of the character as a small. As you see, we have first defined my string 2. Here I will store my string 0 dot upper. It means that in my string at 0 index, make it capitalized, and I have stored it in the my string 2. After that we use j equal to 0 for indexing. After that for I in my string, this is actually iterating function. It is used to repeat a task many times. I can cover it later on, but to just know that for is a loop which is used to repeat a task multiple times. So here it is going what it is going to for I in my string. So it is going to store each and every string one times up to the last string one by one in the variable I. So here if j is less than length of my string minus 1. Now here we have to run our loop. In total index number is n minus 1, and if we length function, then it print n, that is the number of present, because length you start from 1 2 3 4 5, but index start from 0 1 2 3. So we have minus 1 it here, so that our operation doesn't go out of index. So here we use this function if j is less than ln of my string minus 1. Now if I equal to a space, okay, now here so after s it is a space, then it I should be capitalized, here n should be capitalized, here m should be capitalized. So before that there is a space. So if I found a space, if in I if there is a storage of a space, then my string 2 is equal to my string plus my string j plus 1. Now here this means a space. Suppose this is 20, then the next one is not 21. So the next string is my string 2, whatever my string is stored, that is plus it is going to add a my string j plus 1 in that character. So here what is going to happen is that my string, it means what we have stored t. If a space is not found, then is going to then if a space found, then it's going to capitalize the next but and storing my string 2, and it's going to increase the value of j by 1. Is if it doesn't find a space, then what we have to do? We have to lower the character. So my string 2 is going to show my string 2 plus my string, that is this one, and dot lower. Whatever the lower, that is stored in the I, and it is also going to increase the value of j equal to j plus 1. Then we print my string 2. Now here show whenever the space come, it is going to capitalize the next, but if not come, then it is going to store as it is. And here see the first letter is capitalized, and here my string is what, my all the letters are small, and here you see we have capitalized the first letter and rest of the letter will become a small. You should do that. You should make your my string upper. Okay, here you use upper. You should do in the task, and now then you use this code, and then if it happens that the first letter is capitalized and rest will become a small, you should use this. You should use here upper, and then my string should be stored in the all the upper cases. Then use this. Now call a string value using index number. Now here we are going to now here we are going to call the character present in our string y is index number. So 0 is the first character and -1 is the last character. So we want to print the first letter, then we write my string a square bracket and 0. It is going to give the first letter. If you want to print the last letter, then you have to do my string -1 and a. It is going to print the small letter, last letter. If you want print your string value within a range, 5 to 10, 10 to 20, then here it is going to print 10 to 20, but it is going to print from 10 to 19. Why? Because if we count from 10, then 10 to 20 means total 10 character, and if we count from 10, then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Then 19 is our 10 number. If you count from the 10, so it is going to start with 10 and end with 19, because 19 is the 10th place of the index. We can say index. And if we want to print from 10 to 20, then it is going to print to 11 character, not 10 character, because 10 to 20 there are 11 numbers. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Total 11 numbers. But here 10 to 20 means we have to print from 10 to 20, between 10 to 20, including 10. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 is the last number. So here you see it is going to print you starting with the 10 and ending with the 19. Here you see the 10th number 2 to 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So starting with the V, with 10 to 20 and ending at the T. So 11 to 19 is going to you print. Suppose you have to print from 10 to 20, then you have to use 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes. Okay. Within a range of 10 to 20 means between 10 to 20. Now if you want to reverse the string, then you have to give two dot 2 times then -1. Now the first space, now this dot means that start printing the string. Okay, start printing the string from the end position. Okay, from the end position, and that end position is 0. Okay, and move it one step minus. It means from 0 the end position. So at the end, what was present? A, then -1, that is key T, then -1, -1, -2, that is key, that is key T, then -1, -1, 2, then -2, -1, 3, that is key H. So this is used to print your string in the reverse order, double dot 2 times, then -1. If you type a -2, then it is going to print. It is going to skip the one letter, then print, then skip one, then print in the reverse manner. Now if you forget this, then just remember the basic. Okay, what was the basic? Basic was that in -1 we print the last letter. So -1 to length of my string in minus. Why minus? Because we have to print the last. If we go back, then -1, -2, -3, -4 is the last up to what? Length of the string -1. But why? Because length of the string print you 1 to 10, but index is started from 0 to 9. So -1, length of the string -1, -1. Okay, but minus plus, and it will be going to decrease by 1 by 1. Okay, -1, then -1, -1 plus 2, and the last up to what? It will last up to the last string, that is minus length of string -1, because it is going to print in range. Okay, if you print -1 to 1 to 10, they are going to print from 2 to 9. Okay, So we have to range. So we have to give a value greater than the last index number so that it can print within a range. So minus len, my string minus 1 we have put because minus len is minus 25 and minus 25 minus 26, then it's going to print from minus 1 to minus 26. And it will be going to print from minus 1 to minus 25, not to minus 26. Sorry for that. Alien my string 2, that is minus 25, and if we add minus in it, then it is minus 26. So it will be becoming a range of minus 1 to minus 26. So it can print from minus 1 to minus 25. And here you can also show minus my string minus my string is not. Oh, sorry. Actually, I have to run these things. Let me run. Okay, yes. This is going to print in the reverse order like that. So now next one, replace. Okay. So if we want to replace any character with other character, then you have to use the replace function, and it will be like this: my string 2 dot replace the character you want to replace and the character you want to replace with what. Suppose you have to replace T with O, then here you have to write the character which is going to replace, and here you write the value for what value you are going to replace that particular character. Okay. So if we run this, now you see that T, capital T. So here the capital T becomes capital O. Now here you see that EO 10 to 50. Okay, now here anything between the range of 10 to 15, it is going to replace only the first character. Only the first character. If whenever you find T, it is going to replace then back. But if you want to replace within a range, suppose from 10 to 15, if E comes between 10 to 15, if E comes, then replace it with the O. If you run this, then you see there is no any E comes between that, so it is not going to replace, but it's a small mistake. Here we have to put it as not a small, we have to put it here as a capital E. So 1 minute guys, we have to write here a small e, and now you see it is going to replace two words. Why? Because between the range of 10 to 15 there are two small counts that is replaced with the what? O. Now count this. Count is used to count how many a particular character present in that string. Here T, and it will give that how many T present in our string. 1 times. Why 1 times? Because you see that here T is capital T is present only 1 times, so it is going to print to 1. Now my string dot lower count I. Now here you see guys, you faces a problem that either T is present 2 times. This one is a T and this one is a T, but it is going to print only one because one is capital and one is small. So if you want to overcome this problem, then you have to just either make your string to all the lower or to all to upper. Here we have done that my string to dot lower, okay, dot lower and count I. Now here you see we have passed the capital I, okay. I think this is a small I, small mistake. But here you see in my string there is two I, one is small and one is capital. So if we pass these things from our this line, then it is going to print only one, okay, that is either capital or the capital. But here it is going, what happens that it will be firstly going to lower all the characters present in that string, okay, either it is a capital or small, down by it is going to make all the characters a small, then we count I, then you see here we can print 2. But if you print here I, then it's going to print 1. Because why? Because the small I is only present 1 times. But here what happens that it is going to firstly lower all the characters in the small letters, then count I, then it found that 2I present in it. So that now you can here also do that by giving the number to the users. Suppose if there is a program Now it's come to the thing that we write a program where we have to give a user input letter. Okay, yeah, user is going to input a letter. So for input a number, we have to type x input, and here we have to print a message. After that, it is going to load the letter, and now my string dot load font x. X is what? X is our string that we going to pass. So either you pass capital or small. In this program, it is going to take it as a small, and is going to print you the letter present in it. So firstly we run it. Now we pass here capital E, and now you see it is 3 times. Now capital E is present only anywhere, not 0. But what happens is that if we lower it, then it is going to lower the E value to capital E to small e, then check and then print. So here you guys see and another function find. So find is used to print the index number of that particular character you enter. So here say we have entered NAV. It is going to find that in that string where is NAV present. So it is going to print you 8. Why 8? Because here you see if we count NAV then 2 to 4 a space 5, 6, 7 and then 8. Okay, 4 to 6 and 2 a space after that 8. So in each present here this one is 0, 0 to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 then 8. So in each present at this position in but here you see 1 minute here. But if we type here VA in VA, then it's going to give you -1 because NV is not present, NAV is present. And if it is present, so it will check all the character you pass and you print the index of the first character. Here you check NAV totally, each NAV present or present. Then what will the index number of N? Because after that A is 9, B is 10. So it is going to print first. And if you write wrong keyword, then it is not so wrong character is not present, and it is going to give you -1. Now if you find -string dot find A, then it will return 9. Now guys, here you see A is present at 9th place, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. So E is present at 2th place, but it is going to only print to first time. Why? Now as we see that we have only print one first word index number that is present, and if there is another that word is present, that is not going to print that index number. So for that we are using a loop. Now guys, here you see we have write a program in which we are going to print all the character index number present in that. So if we talk about the T, then at which place and what was the index number of that T is present in our string. So here we will for loop. For loop is doing what? It is going to it is going to repeat, go to up. If you find I in my string, if I equal to T, then print J, then come to this position, and then it's going to increase the value of J to J plus 1. If you not found, it is not going to print the value of J, and then increase the value of J, then again go to what? So it is going to check each and each string, okay? And it's starting with 0. Why? Because index number starts with 0. So here we print, then we will 0. Why 0? Because T is present at the first place, that is our what? 0 number. Now here T is also present here, but it's not. Why? Because this T is a small. So for that we have just kept that J is equal to 0 for I in my string dot upper. Now here it is going to capitalize. Now my string to pass value to the I at each iteration in the capital letter, not in the small letter. So if I equal to T, now here if we find I equal to T, then if we print J, else not print J, and just increase the value of J and again go to iterating. So here is C. First my string I pass the value T. If I equal to T, say yes, print J. What is the value J? 0. Then again increase the value J is equal to J plus 1. Then again go check H. is I equal to H not? Then again it comes to the this position and he say yes, I equal to capital T. What? Because you have used upper. So now again print the J, and that time J is going to add 19 times and you print to 19. So that I T is present at the two places. One is index number 0 and the index number 19. Now here you also see, if you don't know the upper function, then you just simply do that if I equal to t or I equal to the small t. So if we use or function, I we can use if what was the if else condition I will tell you. But here if you use or, then either this satisfies or this satisfies. If this one say yes or this one say yes, it is going to print j. If both say no, then it is not going to print j, and just increase the value of j, and this will be going to take many times. First I equal to t, yes I equal to t, then print the j. Now again at 19 plus I equal to t not, or I equal to small t, yes I equal to small t. So it will going to print here. So it is going to here I equal to capital small t. It is going to print here j, and again increase the value of j, and this will again print 0 to 19. Now the split. Now it is huge to mix a string into the list. It is just splitting the character of bird present in our string in different string. Here see, this is Navdeep is a single string, but if it found a space, okay, now here see we have given a space here. So if it found a space, it is going to split that character. So if now this now if it found a space, then it makes this as a new string. Now this is we found a space, then it makes a new string. Here we found a space, then it makes a new string. And if we run this, then you see this is a Navdeep Mehta, and if we check the type, then it will be list. And what is the list? We are going to cover it in the next lecture. So a split is simply used to split a character. If you write here I, okay, then whenever you find I, it is going to split your character. Not giving the space because it will be considered as space also. Now you see th, another character, s, Mehta is another character. Why? Because there is only one I that is present in our string, a small, and if you do here upper command, then you run this, then it is going to split in the two tabs. Oh, sorry, dot upper. Now you see, this is Navdeep Mehta. Oh, sorry, I is not present. We have to give it first a capital I, and when we run it, now here see, here you find capital H, a split the S. Again you find I, a split to S, then Navdeep Mehta. So this is the guys a string. Hope you like this video. Now then in the next section we are going to cover the list.